They hail from Kingston, Ontario. They've become an integral part of Canadian history. Since their first record release in 1987, the Tragically Hip have sold millions of records worldwide, have been appointed to the Order of Canada, and have 16 Juno Awards to their name. Known for their powerful, energetic live performances all across the world, the Hip closed out their touring history with the record-breaking Man Machine Poem Tour in the summer of 2016. Who went to that show? I know a lot of us here were in the building for that show. Wasn't it incredible? People were singing and dancing and crying. It was like a once-in-a-lifetime experience. So please, put your hands together and help me welcome Paul Langlois and Gord Sinclair of the Tragically Hip!
Thanks everyone. Thanks a lot. It's a great honor to be asked to help induct Mr. Jeff CRAIB into the Canadian Music and Broadcast Hall of Fame. We really feel very honored. Gord is gonna do the bulk of your talking here because he owes me. But I just wanted to point out one thing that I do know is that if Gord Downey were still alive, he would be here tonight and he would be full of happiness for Jeff and full of pride for the fact that we worked with Jeff so closely over so many years. He loved you, Jeff, as you know already, and just like the rest of us. We had a great run together, and we always respected your opinion, and we always appreciated your constructive criticism at times, always. And anyway, so big congratulations to you, and I'm going to turn it over to my more well-spoken colleague, Mr. Gord Sinclair.
Why, thank you, Paul. Ronnie Hawkins once told us that a Canadian band has to work 10 times as hard to get a tenth as far. And Jeff CRAIB will tell you that Canadian band's agent has to work 10 times harder than that. While we indulge our dreams and fancies out on the road, we all know that it takes a team of dedicated professionals to make things happen at every stage of your career. And every team needs to be strong down the middle. And for us and many other great Canadian bands, Jeff CRAIB has played center ice for many, many years. He approaches music as a passionate, lifelong pursuit. At TFA, his vision, leadership, and focus on artist development is contagious. He inspires and encourages his clients to approach music as a career, knowing when and where to play, and just as importantly, when not to. We started working with Jeff in 2003, and not the easiest time for our group, and no easy task for someone coming into a strategic role with the band. But Jeff saw us in terms of not only what we had done, but what we could still do. He believed in the hip. He believes in the power of live Canadian music. And he set about helping us realize our potential. And soon we were playing less often, for more money, in better venues, and for better crowds. And along the way, he built in large blocks of time for us to spend with our family, writing and recording and resting. He always pushed us to find the balance between what we did on stage and what the audience was hoping for. Jeff always has the big picture in very clear focus. Through all the changes and challenges the industry has faced, his vision has helped us endure, and I'm sure we'd be still at it today if things hadn't turned out the way we did. That last tour that we did, there were many nights when we didn't think we could do it, but our crew and our team, Bernie and Patty, Jeff, Jen Pressey, Tristan Chipman, they carried us up there every night, not just on a practical, logistical level, but emotionally and spiritually. They got us up the mountain. So in prepping for tonight, I was going through Jeff's CV, and I realized I could never just simply speak to him about him as our agent, because for us, it's way more than that. He's more than a friend. He's our brother. But let's see what other people have to say about him.
Jeff CRAIB, Jeff CRAIB, Jeff CRAIB. What can I say?
Jeff, we've been a band for 30 years, and you've been our agent the whole time, through the highs and the lows. And you helped us pen our biggest hit. You. Here's a little taste. Jeffykins, Crabius, Maximus.
Congratulations, buddy. All the way.
Peace to you.
Hi there, I want to congratulate Jeff CRAIB on his retirement.
Is it an award?
We are Hall of Famers, and now, Jeff, you are a Hall of Famer.
Hey Jeff, it's Alessia. I wanted to give you a quick shout out to say congratulations on being inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame. That is so amazing. That is such a crazy accomplishment.
Oh, he's not, induction. So you're gonna keep working, eh? Excellent, Jeff.
Just for once, wouldn't it be great to be truthful on these things?
Yeah, so if, like, for Jeff, we could tell people that he's, like,
Brutally, frankly honest.
ferociously loyal.
You're a relentless advocate of the artist.
Loves the underdog.
Funny,
Respected.
handsome.
Tenacious.
Innovative.
Focused.
Incredibly brilliant.
Dedicated.
Dickweed.
Opinionated.
Who's Jeff CRAIB?
You know, a lot of people don't know where Jeff really comes from, before he got into the music industry. And his career as a ballet dancer would have taken off if it weren't for that injury.
Hey, Jeff. I just want to really thank you for believing in me for the last 18 years of my career.
Mention any great Canadian artist the last 25 years, and chances are Jeff has had his hand in it somewhere.
You've been there for all the artists you work with for decades now.
We are excited to be working with you, and I don't know why we waited 29 years to start.
The thing I really admire about Jeff is
He's ruthless, he's unscrupulous and mean. I don't even think he has any friends that he can speak of.
you've been focused and consistent and honest and genuine, and you've always delivered every step of the way.
Finally, after 25 years, they decided to show you some love.
We've been working together since the early years and have some great memories.
Thank you so much for bringing fans and musicians together.
It's just really nice to see that there are still people out there who care about music and care about creativity and the artists. So thank you and congratulations.
Hey, Craiby baby, it's your captain speaking. You've helped us through some of the deepest trenches and helped us realize some of our greatest dreams.
Hey Jeff, congrats on getting into the Hall of Fame. You totally deserve it, my friend.
Really, the spirit is music and creating moments for people, and that is Jeff.
He's kind of changed what an agent is. He's not just out there booking bands. He has really looked into new business opportunities for artists and really always saw the big picture.
It was Jeff that was first getting us shows up here, like before we even put our first record out.
He was the first real agent really to take my calls.
What you've done for me when I first started Feldman's and stuck by me in a couple of tough years there, I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Jeff. You've been a great friend to me over the years and a great mentor, a really cranky mentor, but a great mentor, and I love you.
Really proud of you, really proud of the work we've done together. You're a super agent, you're one of my best friends.
Hi Jeff, this is Brian Vaughan from the band Helix, and we'd just like to send all the best wishes to you from myself and the Helix band.
Congratulations, Jeff. This is well deserved, though you're far too young to accept a Hall of Fame award, in my opinion.
But I wanted to thank you especially for giving me a parking spot when I really need one.
I do remember after the Rolling Stones gig out in Moncton, we were barbecuing lobster and foie gras on Steve Joyce's tour bus, and you promised that every show was going to be like that, Jeff. And we're still waiting.
Congratulations, Jeff!
Hey Jeff, it's Matt. I just wanted to say that no one deserves them more than you.
Congratulations, Jeff. Way to go. Congratulations. Well-deserved honor.
You've been a great mentor, a friend, a partner, and you are so deserving of this award, man.
You did such great work on our behalf, and I'm sure we don't even know the half of it. Congratulations, bud.
I am really, really happy that I'm able to share this very special evening with you and your family.
You are truly a wonderful human being. Congratulations.
We've done a lot of great things together, and we've been together many, many years, which in itself is a testament to what we've done together. I'm very honored, I'm very happy, and I'll always be there for you as you have been for me.
No one deserves it more than you, and we all love you. We're super proud of you, man.
He is built to last.
Great job for an Alberta boy, Edmonton. Here we go.
Jeff, you worked your butt off to build this company up and get it to where it is today, and I want to thank you. It's been a hell of a job and a hell of a ride. Thanks.
All hail, Crabius Maximus. Vini Vidi Vici.
Couldn't be happier and more proud to introduce Jeff Craig, the newest inductee to the Canadian Music and Broadcast Industry Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Gord and Paul. Means a lot to me that you're both here. I'd also like to thank the Bare Naked Ladies for performing tonight. You're all tremendously talented and great people to work with. Thank you, Neil and CMW, for the induction, and congrats to all of tonight's inductees, as well as joining all those from the past. It's also nice to have friends, family, and so many colleagues here to share this with. When Neil called me and asked me to be inducted, I thought for a second, and I said, aren't I too young? Pretty quickly, Neil said, I hate to break it to you, but you're not that young. Shocking to hear, but true. So here we are. I want to start with heartfelt thanks. Lisa, thank you for being who you are. You're funny, smart, and a huge part of who I am and what I do, and I love you. All of the agents I've worked with and continue to, in particular Vinny and Tom, who I've worked with for more than 20 years, and of course Olivia for much more than organizing tonight's event. I want to thank my partners, Sam Feldman and Bruce Allen, both of whom are leaders in this industry, and they set high bars for themselves as managers and business people. I could take only one lesson from each of them. Bruce's would be his undeterred laser focus on the goal. With his artists, he sets a plan, rallies everyone to believe in it, and then gets the result for his artist. Sam is a relationship guy. He meets everyone, makes them comfortable, creates a bond, and he builds a strong relationship that he can plug into something somewhere along the path. Both are very successful in management and provided great examples of what to do for me as mentors. Together, they're unstoppable, but completely different from each other. What a lesson in figuring out there's a reason and a way to make a partnership work, all the while operating on a 45-plus year handshake. I'd also like to thank all of our staff, many of whom are here tonight. They make working together fun, even when there's a challenge to succeed. I'd like to thank all the labels, publishers, media, PR reps, and promoters who I've worked with and still do every day. I also want to thank the artists. No artist, no music, no fans, no shows equals no job. That is very clear to me. I want to take a minute to mention some other managers I've had the pleasure to work with over the years. Darren Gilmore, Sarah Fenton, Allison Taylor, Rob Lanny, Eric Lawrence, Liam Colleen, Ray Daniels, Terry McBride, Dan Fraser, Patrick Sambrook, Jason Murray, Graham McDonald, and some of the originals, Bill Sipe, Steve Propaz, and Donnie Blaze. No longer with us, but who left a huge impact both in friendship and work, are Shelley Knott and Steve Hoffman. I laughed so much with those two, it seems impossible to me that they aren't here at the table with us tonight. In particular, there are a couple of managers I've worked with very closely for my entire career, Chris Smith and Bernie Breen. Both have been through a lot with me. We recorded or reached great success together, dealt with tons of triumphs and some adversity. Early on, we shared struggling for credibility in a business that had a lot of roadblocks. We built artists that were undeniable and battled together for space for these artists and in turn for ourselves in an existing generation of industry people who really didn't want to move an inch. It didn't take us long to figure out we weren't competing against them, We were competing against the market. And if we could get good artists, we could succeed. So we did. Chris in particular looked at it long term. We stuck with acts and developed them many very slowly over years. Taking the Philosopher Kings from 100 tickets at Ultrasound to platinum records in places like Massey Hall was a thrill. It was hard work to help build the Kings, Jack Soul, Divine Brown, Jellystone, at a time where literally there was no Canadian path for R&B or soul, as hard as it is to imagine now, or hip hop with all its current stars. Then there was Nelly Furtado. I think back to her at 17 delivering her cassette demo along with a glossy of shots taken in a photo booth, and then working with Chris Smith and watching her sell 15 million records globally. And now Alessia Cara, always another great artist. With Bernie, it was rock. Big Wreck in the beginning, then later Matt Good and the Tragically Hip in partnership with Patty Sambrook. We struggled and learned a shitload about what to do and what not to do. And I'm pretty sure smashing every Big Wreck plaque in my office and delivering it in a garbage bag to Ian Thornley's house was not an appropriate way to deal with clients. But live and learn, and Ian and I just worked together on the 20th anniversary tour of In Loving Memory Of, alongside Darren Gilmore and his team. All of this was invaluable. I surely thank both Chris and Bernie for entrusting me with your artists and having faith in me and my team that we could get the results. I've also had some of the greatest experiences ever getting ready for this night, made me reflect on many of them. Like telling Steve Propaz as he walked through the office trying to cut deals directly with the agents that it just wasn't cool. All right, Steve would growl. So book a Lee Aaron show for more than 10 grand and you all get a cash bonus. Steve was very smart, but very disruptive and funny, and he certainly was a beauty. Or I remember standing behind and watching Jeff Martin at the Tea Party get locked out of the arena in London and being asked by security at the door, "Where's your pass?" He paused and said, "My face is my pass." I've had my earlobes rubbed by drunk staff from the Shanghai Performing Arts Center who renamed me Lucky Buddha on a trip to China and watched Brian Vollmer of Helix roll off a huge speaker stack, crash through the stage, and with his head bleeding, continue the rest of the set without missing a song. And was also in attendance when Sony presented a Tiffany necklace to Amanda Marshall for her million-selling album. Vinny and I recently reminisced about a flight to Vancouver we took for back-to-back Thunderbird Stadium shows with Edgefest and Lilith Fair. And we flew back the next day to Bryan Adams at the amphitheater. We were pinching ourselves as our artists were doing fantastic, great memories, and another success with our partners from Live Nation. My career has taken me to many countries, and I've represented about 200 artists and booked north of 10,000 shows so far. I've lost a few people some money, but thankfully also made lots for most, and done what I consider to be good business with and for people. I've been in a lot of stressful situations, and sadly, I've also lost good friends. Recently, I watched a terrible diagnosis and disease take Gord Downey from all of us. His illness and subsequent decision, along with his band of brothers, to do what they do and go on a tour, brought a nation together in a way that changed this country. Being a part of that once-in-a-lifetime experience led to many tears, cheers, rock and roll, and I hope some reconciliation. It was everything music gives us all. Happiness, sadness, sometimes anger, and regret. It was heart-wrenching as an experience for anyone who was involved, but I also saw strength and resilience that I will never forget. I never considered that I was blessed with golden ears, but I know a good song and artist from a bad one, and I certainly know a great one from a good one. And I've never really been a power schmoozer. I'm not that guy. I simply worked hard, earned the opportunities, and learned. And when the results came, it created even more. I connected with music from a very early age, but more than that, I was able to learn so much about people and business along the way. Saying goodbye to artists or people when it was time to move on, or delivering bad news, or standing at an early age at a Sum 41 show with only 3 people in attendance, Greg Norrie, Mike McCarty, and myself, 4 if you count the bartender. All of these situations made me understand loyalty, honesty, passion, and the importance of laughter. And I truly thank this industry for giving me a way to have a career doing something I love. Have a good night.